Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Computer Hobbyist. Today we're going to talk about drawing a hex using line segments in Monogame. And we're also going to talk about why you might not want to. But anyhow, I'll show you how to do it and then we'll go over the pros and cons. So this draw hex here is being called inside of the draw method. So it's got the hex location here, which is a vector 2, and that's just the hex location in pixels. And then you have a bool selected colors. If it's sent true, it's one color. If it's sent false, it's another color. Those are set near the top of the file. But here it's saying if selected color, make the border color equal to selected color. Otherwise, make the border color equal to line color. Those are two different colors. One's yellow and one is red. But here's the draw line segments section. I'll put the code somewhere where you guys can view it after the video, so you don't have to sit here and zoom in and try to figure out what's on the screen and retype it in on your own. But let's go to the line segments up here. Alright, so it's being sent the first point of the line and then the second point that it's going to. And it's also being sent the color and the line width. First thing it does is it gets the angle from the points. It just does some arctangent stuff here to get it. And then it gets the length from a vector 2 dot distance from point 1 to point 2. I got sprite batch dot end here because it's being called after another sprite batch. You're probably not going to do that, so you're not going to need the sprite batch dot end here, and you're probably not going to need this long convoluted sprite batch dot begin line. So you're probably just going to need that. But anyhow, let me explain what that line does there. This long convoluted sprite batch dot begin, it works with a camera class I created. The camera class allows you to zoom in and also to pan around the screen. For example, if you have a background image that is larger than the screen size, so you can pan around, that's what the camera is for. But you're probably not going to need that. You're just going to need a regular sprite batch dot begin. So here's the meat and potatoes. Here's the sprite batch dot draw. It takes a texture 2D in the first point here along with the color, and then the angle, and then the scale here, and then layer depth, and draws it. So as you see here, draw line segment is being called 6 times, one for each segment of the hex. So if you have, like, let's say 5 hexes on the screen at once, that's 30 draw calls you're going to have there, so that's a lot. That's one of the bad things about this, and I'll show you the negative thing that happens sometimes if there's too many things being drawn on the screen at once. So let's run this here. I'll show you what the hexes look like, and then I'll show you the problem. Alright, so here I'm zoomed in, so there's not that many things being drawn on the screen. So I'll move this dude over here and this dude over here, and now I'm going to attack. So I click on the orc, and he highlights in yellow, and it looks good, looks fine. And now I click on his victim, who is the farmer, and that's in red, so everything worked well there. Now let me show you what the problem is. So I'm going to zoom out, so now there's a lot more different sprites being drawn on the screen. So let's move these guys into attack. He'll go there, he'll go there, and this guy will go here. Alright, let's go to the combat phase. Click on him and notice the 2 on the left are drawn, the 2 on the right are drawn, but the top and bottom are not, because there's too many draw calls being going on right now. And the same happens with that guy, and now I'm going to click on the farmer to attack him. Alright, now we'll go over here to this attack. He'll attack here. It's the same problem. Too many draw calls, so 2 of the segments aren't being drawn. And he'll attack there. So on this particular game, since it's taking longer than I budgeted for, I'm just going to leave the hexes as being drawn as line segments, since most of the time, like when you're zoomed out, they look fine. But on future games, I'm not going to do that. On future games, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to manually draw the hexes when I want to highlight one. What I'm going to do is just have a transparent image and just have the hex printed on there, and I just place it on the screen, because then you only have one draw call for each hex you're creating. Whereas if you do it the other way, and let's say you have 6 hexes and each one has 6 draw calls, that's 36 draw calls, which is insane. You're trying to get that done in like 1/60th of a second during the draw phase. So a lot of time the uh, draw call will end before all these segments are printed. So thanks for watching and have a good evening.